No crust of bread for those in need.
No Jesus for us, Mises.
Hi guys, we're back.
We promised we would be.
All right, welcome back to the Dreamers Connection podcast. I'm Megan, or you might know me as Malone's Pops, and this is
I'm Emma. You might also know me as Frootbats.
yeah. You can find us on Instagram. You can find her on YouTube, etc., etc. If you don't know, we have 2 previous episodes out. One on Muppets from Space, and the second on our Muppet movie watch order. So if you haven't seen them, check them out.
If you're waiting on an episode on Muppet history, don't worry about that right now. Let us enjoy the holiday, please. Thanks. We'll get to it.
Yes, we're definitely going to get to it. And from A to Z, cover everything. Things are, I feel like, happening by the day even. So
Yeah, definitely does
focus on some
talked about, but we'll get to that. We need a little break mentally.
Yeah, we needed to focus on some positive things because the whole topic is very heavy, very serious, very is going to be a different tone than our normal podcast episode. So we wanted to get through Christmas on a lighter note and kind of address that later. So just so you know, if you're here wondering where that is, that's coming.
Definitely coming. Let's not talk about that yet.
No, anyway, we're here because it's Christmas time and it is the best time of year to be a Muppets fan because there is so much content from music to TV specials and theatrical releases and beyond. Henson era and modern era, there is a lot to watch and consume this time of year.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna be real. I'm not ever really super into like watching Christmas stuff, so I'm not 100% familiar with honestly, probably. Hold on, let me look at the list. I don't know how many of these I'm even familiar with like at all. Because there's some that I watch and I do the Christmas thing or whatever, but I haven't been like super into it like the last couple years anyway. Just I get stressed out. I got things to make. So it's like a deadline and I'm like, oh, and I don't have time. So I haven't been able to get into too many of these. Hold on, like how many am I not familiar with? 1, 2, 3. 5 of these on the list I would say that I'm not familiar with or have not seen at all.
And that's okay. But that's also what this podcast episode is intending to do, is to bring more people to some specials that they might not know. Turn them on.
Yeah, some of these I don't honestly there's probably more even little
there is
other things. Yeah.
There's some that we're not even including that is just for time manners. We cannot include everything.
Yeah, but there's so many that some of these flew under my radar. I didn't even know that they were a thing. So
and you said already you're excited to watch some of the ones that you haven't
yes
super well versed with. So but first I have kind of like a Christmassy show and tell.
We love show and tell.
Brief. First of all, look at her sweater.
Oh, look at my sweater. Hold on. Look at my sweater. I have pants on.
How cute. Some people have pants on here.
Hold on. I gotta do the little
Show us the back. Fun.com. Ah, that's fucking good.
Hopefully you can see that and it wasn't just my ass.
Yeah. If it is, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And then in theme, I also have that sweater, but it is really hot and I wanted to wear the bean. The bean
is so cute, and that's such a good one.
The bean is everything, and it's a spirit jersey.
They make nothing Bean too, and the fact that he's on a thing you can wear is so good.
Bean does not get the love he deserves. Justice for Bean forever. And then the back says the Muppet Christmas Carol, but that's not what I'm showing you. Let me show you. Speaking of Bean, here are some earrings that I got from Femme de Bloom. I'll show you the Bean pair first.
Oh yeah, those are really good.
Oh my god, they're so cute. I actually got them before the last time we recorded, but I forgot to show them.
I need them. Do they make them with little hoops or something? Because I need them too.
I don't know. You'll have to look, or maybe you can even ask her. Honestly, she's really cool, and I've talked to the owner a couple times.
Because I'm if she can do that, I need them. Because the only reason I don't have any is because they're studs, and I have the little cages.
Right? Yeah, they are. Yeah, I haven't worn earrings in forever. That's the reason why I haven't put them in. But okay,
they're so cute. Dude, I put my conch. I shoved my conch through, and I hadn't had anything in there for a few months. It still hurts. Still hurts. Yeah.
To this day.
Yep, it's been a week.
Yeah, me scared to just put in regular earrings. You're
I
out
mean,
here
you can
with
be
piercings
fine.
and
I
all.
mean, hopefully they're really cute.
They are. It would be worth it.
Mm.
And then some media I've recently gotten.
Media.
Look at the John Denver and the Muppets on
Oh, is
cassette.
that a cassette? Ah,
Yes.
my old car had like only a cassette player and it had a CD button and I never knew what that was supposed to be for because there was not a CD player in that car, but it only had a cassette player, so I would like get cassettes like just to play in my car and I wouldn't change out my radio either. I was like, no.
That's
But
awesome.
I don't have that now, but that's really cool. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I like that story
I'm all over the place today, so this whole thing is gonna be like that.
in a good way, though. And then I also finally got this on CD because I
Mm.
listened to it a ridiculous amount on Apple Music. It was literally not this last Wrapped, but like the Wrapped before, like 2023 Wrapped. So this was my top album.
Is that the one that you were like, have you heard that one? And I was like, no, I don't listen
Yes.
to Christmas music.
This one literally is the soundtrack to the season, to my life.
Is that the one you sent me a video of you this morning too?
Literally crying to.
Yeah, literally cry. I was like, I didn't want to report you for crying to it this morning.
I was crying to Have
No,
Yourself
I
a
get
Merry
it.
Little Christmas by Kermit the Frog. Okay.
I
There's
sit here and I sob to like a kid's show. So like,
yeah, it's fine. There was a lot of emotion. Anyway, there's a lot of
don't
emotion.
get you out the
Like,
gulag, babe.
it was like a happy and a sad cry. It was kind of a whole emotional thing. I'm glad that we have that song though, and I'm glad we have this album because it's amazing. I love the Kermit Piggy dynamic on it. I love Man with the Bag. I love how Pepe and Pepe has a song. I love how Rizzo and Gonzo have a song. You have to listen to them. If you actually did, you'd be like, Pepe, Pepe.
You got me to watch something. I'll say that. You got me to watch a movie last night and I was unwell. So-
Yes, I know, I know. That was like a double whammy too.
Mhm.
And then my friends sent me this as well.
Oh, what's that?
It's a sealed Ed
Oh,
Sullivan holiday greetings. Like the Muppets are on the front. And we'll get to a little bit more on Ed Sullivan in a second when we talk
oh
about
yeah.
specials and stuff. But yeah, there's that. And then also I finally got a frame for my
Yeah.
Gonzo and Rizzo signed. I didn't get the Dave autograph in person. I freaking wish, but the Steve I did. At least I can say that. But imagine meeting Dave Goals, literally.
Yeah, that's like that feels so like out of my realm at the moment that we're not there yet. Maybe one.
If you can go to the UK, he's gonna be there in
I
like
can't get out
January.
fucking UK. I can't even get into Canada.
I meant more like
I'm right there.
I meant more like the people watching. But yeah, Emma, if you can get to the UK,
Yeah.
I know
If
somewhere
anybody
he's
is
gonna
going
be.
to the UK, Rhett, I'm fucking jealous of you.
I know. Ribbit Rhett's Muppets is gonna go to the UK and meet Dave.
I'm
Gold.
making him his tie. I'm redrawing the design for the tie for him, and I literally just want to be the one to have done that.
I forgot I wanted to show this sweater off.
Labyrinth sweater. That goes hard.
This sweater, and it's actually so soft. It's like an actual knit sweater.
Oh fuck, dude.
It's really lit, and it has some sparkle in like his
Shut
eye.
up. I want that now.
No, it's really good. And like,
It's not even like Christmassy. Like I could wear that like normally.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, this isn't
Fuck,
even
I think
like,
I need that.
the fact it's a sweater. I do fun.com if you need it. I have a labyrinth blanket too that
Oh
I'm
fuck.
using.
We love that. Is it soft? It looks soft.
It's really soft. Fun.com also for that.
I have
one.
the Fraggle one over there.
Yes, I want the Fraggle one now.
I'm obsessed with the fact that
Yes.
I'm obsessed with this part of the blanket in particular.
Wimbler.
Monkey and flange.
Aw, that's cute. What's the whole design? What's the top? Oh, cute. That's really cute.
We'll do a little scan.
A little scan.
A little scan.
So today's episode, as we may have just like briefly mentioned, but we're going to talk about the specials, the Christmas specials. Not all of them, but most of them. And we're going to talk about it
The
in
main
like,
ones, I guess.
yeah, the main ones. What would be considered the main ones?
Probably, yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, important to the lore ones.
Main and then some, honestly. There's probably some that like aren't even.
There's
Sorry,
a lot.
I
I mean, if
really
you want to
like
get technical, we
giving
can
me a
even
hard
talk
time.
about. Yeah, if you want to get technical, there's more. But we're already probably gonna yap way too much, so it's like
That's what we do.
Emma has to edit this. So
Honestly, I don't give a fuck if this is like the longest episode. It's a Christmas special, and I don't want to do a lot of editing. I still have to finish my Emmett Otter video like tonight. So,
it'll probably be out by the time this is out. So go
oh
watch
yeah,
that.
that's coming out first, and then I will be editing this.
Yeah,
So,
so go watch
and I
that.
don't anticipate to have to do a lot of editing with this. So,
As we're like ripping
say
around.
I have 2 days.
Yeah. Also,
From Christmas Miracles.
if this is a super long episode, I mean, this is gonna come out right before Christmas. So just sit down and like wrap some presents to this or something. You're sick of like hearing the same Christmas songs over and over anyway. So either put one of the Muppet albums on or listen to us. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So without further ado, we're gonna start it off with 1970s The Great Santa Claus Switch, which is not a typical Muppet movie. I mean, it's before the Muppets were even established, before the Muppet Show, before any of that. But it still is Jim Henson's Muppets. It was developed by Jim Henson and Jerry Jewell, which was narrated by Ed Sullivan, where I was talking about the Ed Sullivan Show. That's where it's got its debut as well. But pretty much this one's important for just a few little reasons. Gonzo's origin. He was the cigar box Frackle. I know you know this
like
little tidbit too.
Crusty guy.
Yeah, he was literally called Snarl.
Yeah, he looks like a snarl.
And he wasn't like the Gonzo puppet verbatim. It was reworked like whatever before 6 years.
And then he looks the way that he did, and then he looks the way that he does now.
Yes, but that was like his origin. Thog also, which was in the Muppet Show, the big blue one.
Oh yeah.
So
I was
Thog,
like, oh, why am I not thinking of who that is right now?
yeah, Thog and Fig, I think, is this green one. But I don't think the green one went on to ever be in anything else. But it was in this. Basically, the plot of this was just like a magician was trying to replace Santa's elves so that he could like kidnap Santa and take over Christmas, I guess. That's pretty much the gist of this one. But it's important because this production was the first time that Henson worked with Richard Hunt and Fran Brill, who was the first female Muppet performer, pretty much.
Love that.
So yeah, and then 7 years later came Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
I have a way to segue this, kind of. So
Okay.
the only thing that I do know about Santa Claus Switch, except for like those things, I knew that like only from like reading the Muppet Wiki, basically.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
But I haven't seen that one. But the only other thing that I do know about that is apparently Marilyn Sokol was in The Great Santa Claus Switch. Marilyn Sokol is the voice of Ma Otter in Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Just the voice, I'll get to that. And her words, she was very lousy at puppeteering. So she was like, oh, but they liked my voice and they thought it was funny though. So they kept me around and they let me do Ma Otter. She's like, I'm not very coordinated. So I do love her voice though. But they had Frank Oz as the puppeteer for Ma Otter. I talk about this all in my little video. Frank Oz did the puppeteering for Ma Otter. And while they were filming, he also did like he was like doing the voice for her too. And he really played that, like they say this in like the behind the scenes like documentary too. He like played it like Frank Oz would play it. And then they just took like the lines that he said and then had Marilyn Sokol like just re-record the lines like pretty much the way that he said them, just in her voice. So if you watch like the blooper reel, which is so funny by the way, but if you watch the blooper reel, you can hear Frank Oz's voice, and there's like this one scene where like the drum rolls past Ma and Emmett, like when the River Bottom Band like destroys a music shop or whatever, and they did that so many times, and they're just like flopping over. They're like coming up through like a hole in the floor. So like they're just like flopping over because they're so tired. They've done it so many times.
Spare change?
Anything for me and my son?
Spare change? Help my mom out? All she needs is a bottle of Ripple.
I don't know. I love them. It's Jerry Nelson who's Emmett Otter.
Yes, no, that's so cute. What's the like premise of the movie for people who don't know what Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas is?
I just want to say, if you know the story, The Gift of the Magi, it's essentially that, a take on that story. Little guys, cute little guys, based off a book.
Good
Little
songs.
fun songs with really nice harmonies.
Impactful. Kermit is in the beginning, even though it's
Kermit's
not
at the
a Muppet
beginning and
movie.
at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Kermit's there. Like you don't have to have the attention span for too long. He's there at least a little bit in the
If you
beginning.
meet somebody that don't like soul food, they still got a soul. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, yeah. But it's a really sweet story. Basically, there's a little Christmas talent contest. And there's a bunch of cute little critters that enter the talent contest to try to win some money so they can get each other gifts. That
Yeah.
sounds boring as shit. Go watch the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
or
know.
her deep dive at least. Like if
Or
you
my
do
deep dive, that would be cool.
yeah, and they'll be like
And to listen to a bunch of lines and you just want somebody to explain it to you flat out and also be obnoxious with their own puppet. Hi. Yeah, now that I've talked about that for like way too long with no breaks, the next one is
no, that
1978.
wasn't too long with no breaks, but yes, the next one, 1978, Christmas Eve on Sesame Street.
I've probably seen this one, I just don't remember it at all. So I would say that I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, so it starts out mad weird. Like I remember the first time I watched it being like, wait, is this the whole special? It starts out with live action characters, like full body characters ice skating in an ice rink. There's like a whole thing with a little girl. It's really sus.
Maybe I haven't seen this.
And it's like they're doing tricks, Bert and Ernie and the Count and Cookie Monster, and it is a whole weird thing. But they do eventually make it to back to Sesame Street, and there's like a whole plot line.
Oh.
There's a thing with Big Bird in the beginning on ice skates with the little girl. Like I'm trying to think about it right now. It's just weird. And I remember the first time watching it being like, wait, is everyone hyped this special up and it's just some characters ice skating?
That's so weird.
It's weird. Oscar has legs.
Oscar has legs.
Because
he's just a trash can down there.
Because he's ice skating. No, that trash can
legs aren't supposed to be seen.
Apparently.
That's like when they give like Red and Wembley eyelids. I'm like, ew.
Dude,
like I know they sleep, but like I don't.
Out of context, I saw somebody had an error boober plush and it had eyeballs.
Oh, I saw that.
Did you see that one? I was like, what?
It was a Hasbro softie, right?
Yes, yeah.
I don't like him.
I was like, wait, who's that? Who's that? But anyway, no, so Christmas Eve on Sesame Street does go on to have an actual plot. They get on Sesame Street, and Oscar's causing a little doubt in Big Bird's mind, making him think, how can Santa Claus get down chimneys with the presents? He can't possibly fit. So Big Bird's like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. He
gives Big Bird an existential crisis about Santa, and
yeah, pretty much. So Big Bird's like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Gets like Kermit and Grover's help, and then also later he's just like on the roof, and they can't find him, and he's like frozen and shit.
Why do they keep freezing them? I would like to know why they keep freezing them in every special.
They like freezing the puppets, I think.
They love freezing them.
Mm-hmm. But there are some like sentimental parts of this, like as Big Bird's freezing on the Gift of the Magi, they adapt that with a Bert and Ernie scene, and they sing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." It's cute. It's very cute, touching little moment. There's a thing with Cookie Monster is like trying to get a hold of Santa, eats like a phone in the process. There's like classic Sesame. Yeah, there's classic Sesame undertones. There's really good songs and stuff. So like if you can get past the weird ice skating bit in the beginning, there's a cute
How do I want to watch it for the weird ice skating bit? I need to know. Like
no, and even weirder, Big Bird and the little girl are like ice skating to Feliz Navidad. Like I don't know the context. I just don't know the context of like whatever. It works. It honestly works. But yeah, so that is 1978's Christmas Eve on Sesame Street.
Wow.
The year after, John Denver and the Muppets did, what was it? A Muppets Christmas Together.
It says. I haven't seen this.
You don't even need to, honestly. You need to just listen to the songs, because the special isn't anything to like write home about. Not spending a lot of time on this. For a long time I only knew of the album. I didn't know that it was a special, because that's what I knew about. Yeah, I found the album on Apple Music and I remember listening to it, and then later I got the vinyl record, but it was like I didn't even know it was a special until I think I like searched it on YouTube to try to
So
listen.
literally, I saw it come up on my YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, it's like a whole special." I just thought I knew about it as an album. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, and as an album, it's good. I mean, it's the most tolerable version of the 12 Days of Christmas ever. Like the Muppets are singing it. Alfie, the Tale of the Christmas Tree, is hilarious and sad and touching, and it's like has a whole message behind it. And that was a lot of things that John Denver was doing, was trying to put like an impact and everything.
Okay, word. Maybe maybe I'd be into that then.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no.
yeah, word. I don't know anything about like
No, I think you
don't
would
know.
be.
I don't listen to Christmas music like at all. Like
Okay,
actually at all. I do not listen to Christmas music. So like I knew about the album like existing, and like I knew about like the one that you got, that you like, and like I know about them all existing, but I haven't ever gone out of my way to listen to them because I just don't.
I know, but I think if you did it unlocks, it puts the key into a lockbox of like, more Muppet lore, more things to consume, more things to hyperfixate on.
Like you say that, and I probably should just like go and do it, but like I'm
like, I can't
the
get
only
enough.
thing that I'm doubting for myself.
But the Christmas songs are like, it doesn't even matter that it's Christmas. Like, it doesn't even matter. I listen to these songs outside of Christmas. It's touching.
This is where I'm doubting. Like,
okay, well, listen. You know that one clip. Surely
and
you've
I
heard
trust you. I do.
that one clip from Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat, and you just hear Gonzo say, "Nice."
Okay.
You put the penny in an old
I was
man's
literally
hat.
trying to figure out where the fuck that was from. And I
Yeah,
was
that's that
thinking
song.
but where the fuck is that from? That's what it's from.
So cute. Yeah, because it's like Scooter's talking. He's like, "Yes, Miss Piggy. Like, boys and Robin. This is what we're going to sing. Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. Nice.
Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat.
Nice. Yeah, I couldn't think of what that was from. I'm like, I know of that. I just
yes,
couldn't
that's
find
what
it.
I'm saying.
I was like thinking of it the other day, and I was like, what the fuck is that from?
Yeah, no, and then probably one of my most favorite Christmas songs, Kermit songs, is the Christmas Wish, which I think the recorded version is better than the version that's in the special. And that's why I say like all you have to do is listen to the album. You don't really have to watch it, but it's so touching. It's the one I've used like twice on posts and like in a million stories where it's like Christmas is the time to come together. No, okay, yeah. Anyway,
I don't listen
really,
to him, man.
It's really good. It's really good.
If I hear it's a Christmas song, I turn it off.
Okay, valid. But I feel like Muppets Christmas
I gotta hear
stuff.
you out though, because the next couple days, like once I'm done working on stuff though, I do finally give into Christmas shit. So maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll come back and I don't know. I can say you were right.
A tidbit I will say is, I know I've said this to you before, but like it's hard because I grew up in Illinois and like having Christmas down here doesn't feel like Christmas. I live in Florida now. And because it's not snowy and it's not that feel, but consuming the Muppet Christmas stuff, I feel like it has single-handedly like been like, it's Christmas. Guess what? It's Christmas. Muppet Christmas. Muppet Christmas.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's really, you have something that like can like get you into the spirit, you know?
But I think a little slivers of me is like, it will fill you with joy that you cannot escape. Muppet Christmas. Muppet Christmas. Like,
you know the part in Christmas Carol, sorry, I know we're jumping ahead, but you know the part in Christmas Carol where the ghost of Christmas presents, like, doesn't everything feel wonderful at Christmas? And he just goes,
Have you ever noticed that everything seems wonderful at Christmas?
me being stressed to shit all the way up to Christmas. And then the only time that I can actually do anything is like on Christmas, the day itself. And then I'm like,
Christmas
oh,
Eve.
it's done. I don't want to be a hater. I don't want to. I'm never like, I don't like to be like that. I've been,
bug.
yeah, no, literally a fucking winter cold. Wind blows, it chills you. It's so cold. It was literally, I'm not joking. It was like 11 degrees. It was like lower than 11 degrees out here today. Very snowy, very cold. And that's literally the only reason that I'm miserable around this time of year. I think I used to like Christmas, but that was when I didn't have to like dig my car out of the snow. That was when I didn't have to like go outside and like, you know, I don't know, my bones hurt when I went outside.
I know the cold is absolutely brutal. I don't blame you on that.
Goes you to the bone, bro.
Yeah, like chills you to the bone. Anyway, so after the 1979 John Denver special in 1984 was
The Bells of Fraggle Rock! Sorry, I looked down at my notes. I actually didn't know what you were gonna say for a second. I got really excited. Okay, so I haven't even talked about this like on my channel yet, and I won't for like until after Christmas, so I guess the timing works out.
Yes, it does.
I'm so excited. I love this one. I don't
Yeah.
even, what did I write down? Oh, it's a Cantus episode too. And if you've seen my Fraggle Rock videos, you'll know I have a deal with Cantus. I love him.
Yes, I just watched this one for the first time tonight and immediately hit replay because I was like, wait, first time was for joy, second time was to consume the message.
No, because that's what I did when I watched it. Like my first like I actually am not done with my rewatch of the third season. The Bells of Fraggle Rock is like the last one that I've watched. I watched it twice and then I watched it again today. There are many good Cantus quotes in this one. I wrote down a bunch of them, and that's the only thing that I wrote down. Actually, I wrote down two other things.
Weeba weeba.
Weeba weeba.
Weeba weeba.
Weeba, weeba! Weeba, weeba! Weeba, weeba!
Yeah, I like how Gobbo's just going at
I love how he's just like
Weeba weeba.
he's like weeba weeba.
Even though he's in the head. Like
It's Angsty Gobbo again. I love the Angsty Gobbo episodes. He's really good at that. I wrote down actually before I get into the Cantus thing, because I have a lot of Cantus quotes that I want to like real quick talk about because I love him. Everything he says speaks to me. Anyway, I'm so normal about this show. The Uncle Matt section. They filmed that in Australia, and you know how I know?
how?
There's koalas on the stockings.
Aw.
I was like, why are there
Did it?
koalas? They filmed that in Australia because they filmed a bunch of I'm pretty sure they filmed a bunch of the Uncle Mac sections in Australia. I didn't look this up. I'm just using my knowledge. So if I'm fucking wrong, then sorry. But I know they filmed a lot of Uncle Matt sections in Australia. And the only reason that I could think for koalas being on their Christmas decorations is the fact that they filmed it in Australia.
That adds up to me.
So yeah, I don't know. I caught that really quick when I watched it, and I was like, I actually know the answer.
Yes, that segment was adorable.
I like him in the little present.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That was adorable.
Also, there's a little Santa in there, and I think the style of the little Santa is really cute. Also, their eyes are very spooky when they freeze. Speaking of loving to freeze the Muppets.
oh yeah. Oh my God. No, I wrote down the frozen Wembley damn near had me crying. Like,
Loki and Red look especially spooky. Like their
Moki's
pupils
like
are fucking gone. Like Wembley's are kind of there, but they're like they look dead. It's very scary. I love it personally, but also it's very scary.
no, it is scary. It is scary. Yeah, very much the message of this one I felt like was like, it's in your heart.
That it was really cute. I really like the way that they did it though. I don't know. I thought it was really cute.
It's almost here!
How can you rush when it's so cold?
It was really cute. The special's short enough that we're not going to tell you the freaking description of it. Go watch the episode. Like,
yeah. And honestly, I'm gonna,
away
I'm
the
gonna
whole
end up going over it
everything.
in my video eventually too, but like that's for later.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
I just love the quote, like, why go looking for something that is so easily found? I don't know. I just think bars. Like
yeah, no, I love it.
everything Candace is on like bars.
No, I literally wrote down the quote, we see with our eyes, we know with our hearts, outside, inside.
Word. I actually wrote down multiple of them. That was one of the ones that I didn't write down, so.
Yes. I know, I want to hear the rest.
So the other ones that I wrote down is there will be motion in the stillness as there is music in the silence. I also wrote down the other one that I had to go searching for earlier because I was like, because there's been a lot of things within Henson Works lately that shit talks to me. I'm insane. I know. I'm crazy. But things that I've been dissecting, I'll pick out like certain messages and I'm like, oh, needed to hear that right now. But this one I feel like kind of connects with two things kind of connect with the last episode that he was in, actually. But the other one was, we do the things we have to do when we have to do them, not sooner, not later. Bars. So.
I liked that, yeah.
I love Cantus. Also, I don't know, I've been stuck on the Here's Where We Now Are Best one. And then there was another thing from that episode. Oh, it wasn't even Cantus, but it was Moki in like the same episode. It's like, it was like connected with that last Cantus quote too, like right there. Now I'm like, what the fuck was it? Oh, I'm doing all the things I need to do before all the things that I need to do. And I'm like, word. Me too.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, no, that was definitely I mean, with all the episodes, there's such a strong message within everything they're trying to do.
Sorry, I had a crazy thought. We didn't mention something.
But
Somebody worked on music for this episode.
oh, dude, you look scary. Look at you.
I was hoping for that. I would feel like Charlie.
Shadow. Literally. Who? Steve?
Yeah.
I was also gonna say no mention of Sprocket. Sprocket was beautiful in this episode.
Oh, I just love him in every episode.
No, me too.
The fact that he just smacks Doc in the face,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. That he has like no reaction to it too. Like he gets hit square in the fucking face with the piñata and then has no reaction. I love Doc so much.
I just love how they tie like what's happening in Fraggle Rock with like the outside world
Mm,
and what Doc's doing and everything. That's just
I love that show more than anything.
very special.
I'm Fraggle Rock expert, self-proclaimed, but
Is.
I think
Yeah,
I've earned
speaking
it.
of, if you're into Fraggle Rock and you somehow haven't seen Emma's deep dive videos, definitely go check them out on her channel. It's
I
just
know I'm a little annoying, but isn't that the fun in it?
yeah, no, it is the fun in it. It keeps it light, especially when you're
Yeah.
watching 6 hours of it.
Yeah, and I try to break it up. Like I know 6 hours, it sounds like a shitload of like
I was like, what am I gonna do? Sit down and watch this? You don't have to sit down and watch it all in one.
I have it like sectioned out, like, and I have like breaks set in to it too. So I don't know. And I'm ADHD as hell, and if I'm making a 6 hour video talking about something, I don't know. Like I feel like I make it fun, okay?
No, it was fun. It was an easy watch. The
Thank
6
you.
hours.
I'm like, I've heard that a few times. That makes me very happy. And I'm like, that's really what I was going for. And I really wanted to make it feel like we were like sitting down, we were like watching it together. And like, I'm just kind of info dumping at you. That's how I want my whole channel to feel. And that's how the Emmett Otter video is too. And we're just having a fun, silly time. And I have a puppet in my second video. So,
No, they're good. I love it. And your takes are spot on and like things I feel like people miss. Like watching your Fraggle Rock deep dives and then watching the seasons. I'm like, I feel like I already have the knowledge from you. And I feel like it makes it more special. So I feel like watching it reverse way, if you watch the episodes and you miss something, you can cross like with her deep dives and you're like, oh, Emma knows the deep meaning of this. Like
I like, and I try to like, my favorite part is like breaking down every episode and like what it means and like what it's trying to say. And a lot of it just comes from my own brain. And I'm like, I don't know. I think I do a good job.
no, you're doing an amazing job.
But like
with both videos, I felt like I just wanted like more. Like by the time they were over, I was just like, damn, that was. I didn't obviously watch the 6 hours all in once, but I think I got it done in like 2 days.
yeah, you watched it pretty fast actually, and I'm always like shocked, and people are like, "Yeah, I just kind of sat." Somebody was like, "I sat through both videos today," and I was like,
"Oh, both like the 4 hour."
I was like, "Are you okay?"
10 hours? Were you watching? Were you sleeping?
No, they were working on something.
That's pretty much it on the Bells of Fraggle Rock. And in 1986, they had the Christmas toy, which was pretty much made up of the cast of Fraggle Rock.
I haven't seen this one, but I need to, and I really want to.
Oh my god, you need
today,
to because
time.
You need to because Dave, Steve, Richard, Jerry, Kathy Mullen, Jim, like obviously Jim, but
I'm like, those are literally all my people. Like,
yeah, no, it is all
not literally. We were missing a few, but you know, that era.
And like Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, this is Jim Henson Muppets type of movie, not Muppet movie, the Christmas toy. But the plot line is like Toy Story totally kind of ripped it off later on because the premise is like
I've heard that.
Yeah, the toys like come alive when people aren't around. And there's like this toy that wakes up thinking they're on an alien planet. You know what I mean? Like that kind of buzz. Toys are alive when you're not around theme is weird.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, but there is a different premise, and it's if you're caught like in a different position or whatever, then you freeze forever. You pretty much die.
Oh.
R.I.P.
A little darker. I like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say R.I.P. to the ones in like the death scenes. I literally cried.
Oh damn.
In both. But
how long is this one?
It was like an hour or
Okay.
50 minutes or something, 50 minutes maybe, something like that. But yeah, so there's a main tiger who
He's so cute.
Dave is playing the tiger and Steve is playing Mew, which is a cat toy, which I have a bunch of cats. So I'm like, oh, a cat toy, cute, very cute. But so the tiger voiced by Dave is like, was the Christmas gift last year. Like the little girl who opened it was like, oh, I'm gonna love you forever.
Okay.
Like all about it. And he just like wants to be the Christmas gift again. And there's this little doll, and that's I don't remember her name, but she's a little doll. She's creepy as fuck looking, honestly.
Yeah, she kind of is.
Meteora, please get into the box.
Yeah, she's kind of creepy, but she was the gift like before the tiger.
Kind of
But
gives, I can't think of her like exactly in my brain before I forget, but she kind of gives like the same little creepy as like the Christmas Carol Goes to Christmas Past to me. Like,
yeah, I think it's the dead eyes.
yeah, it's something about the face shape too. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Something with the egg face.
Yeah. Anyway,
But anyway, so Rugby the tiger wants to be the hot gift again, and he's gonna sneak into a gift box, is the whole premise. But then it's like he doesn't realize that when he gets open, it's gonna be him in a different position. So he's gonna die. He's gonna be frozen forever if the girl opens it. Get it? Because they freeze forever if they're in a different position, like when they're found. So like if they're up running around, no one's looking,
okay, yeah,
and then they have to freeze, and then someone like picks them up, like you're dead. I don't know why, weird premise, but kind of works like amazing.
I get it though. Like,
yeah, you get the thing. So yeah. Mew, the Steve Mouse cat toy is the one who like sets out to like save him, and they're like friends.
That fuck ass baby voice.
Yeah, and it's literally Dave and Steve together, Rizzo, Gonzo together once again. Like, it's just an amazing dynamic. They do really well in this movie. I love them. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, how am I even not gonna say Wembley and Boober?
My little baby boy.
Yeah, no, literally.
I know shit's gonna have me weak. That's why I'm like, no. Yeah, I'll watch it. Yeah, no. Like, I'll get to it.
That's you need to watch it, but it's a heart tugger. It's emotional.
I love that though. That's my favorite.
Yeah, no, they got like deep for a Christmas movie, but it's really good.
That's my fave. I love to like dissect things like that, and I like to find things within things that like talk to me.
Yes. And a lot of people like were so I made a post of like the different movies, and a lot of people were commenting and saying stuff, and they were like, oh my god, they were either saying like that movie made me cry, that movie scarred me, like those dolls were scary when I was a kid watching this, and stuff like that, and like stuff with like trauma with their toys. And I'm like, damn, I'm kind of glad I watched this as an adult, because I can see that's valid where everyone's coming from. So like, it's a good movie. It is.
I always get like low-key mad when people are just like, they were like, that scared me as a kid. I'm like, okay. What do you, I don't really know what to say to it. Well, all right.
Like, I like scary things.
Or, well, the other thing is, my thing is that I used to be afraid of everything as a kid. And like when people, I think what makes me mad when people are like, I won't watch that because it scared me as a kid. Get over it. I'm sorry.
Dude, Bobo scared me as a kid. I watch Bobo now. I love Bobo. I love Bill Beretta.
No, literally. And I think
Bobo
it's
breakout show.
Like, I don't know, to see like something in a different perspective now.
I just realized I forgot I was going to be showing these as we talk.
Oh, we'll show them now.
So Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Oh, with Kermit on the front.
I know, I was going to say, I like how they
didn't have that one. I think mine looked different.
Yeah.
As a kid. I don't know though. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think there was.
I don't remember him being on the front. I love that.
Yeah, really cute.
Him a little Santa hat. He doesn't have that on.
They just put that on there. Same with
it's Christmas.
That's like a generic one. And then Christmas Eve on Sesame Street.
Oh, cute. Him and his little man.
You can't tell at all that like the first half will be ice skating.
Yeah.
And then the Christmas toy. Okay, so that's Mew.
They just copy pasted that picture onto.
I was gonna say I like how they tried to do that, but that's Mew and that's Rugby.
Oh, he's so baby.
And I like how they didn't even put the creepy doll on this cover or on the back.
Said don't show the kids that one.
But yeah, this was a really actually cute freaking movie.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed with the fucking tiger, dude.
Yeah, 50 minutes. Yeah, and the voice that Dave's doing is kind of like it's different. It's a different voice. It's not like he's doing you know how he does kind of Gonzo in a different font. You know how
he does do a lot of Gonzo in a different font.
Yeah, it's kind of
not a diss. I love him.
It's kind of different, and
honestly, a lot of things I'm like, not a diss, just an observation.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was just reading the back. Mew is a catnip toy, so they like rag on him that he stinks, and so and so at the end, by the end, they're like address that again. I'm not gonna give it out, but anyway, they like call it. They're like he's the
You
stinky one.
reek of weed. It's the middle of the day.
Yeah, bro, they're literally saying that. Oh, dang, I was trying to see if it had the doll's name on here.
I'm sorry, that's so funny.
Bro, no, that movie's cute though.
I know I'm only gonna like the little toy because it's Steve.
Yeah, and you'll know what I'm talking about when I'm saying I want to know if there's a scene where the cat toy is doing a cat meow, and I want to know if it's
I
Steve.
wouldn't be surprised, dude. The man's also a dog.
That's what I'm saying. And there's like heavy
Rocket
breathing.
the dog, the man.
There's like heavy breathing. It's like, and I'm like, okay, is that Steve or did they dub that? It's a really good cat meow. But anyway, I messaged him to ask him, and we'll see if when he responds.
Watch Christmas toy.
Oh, literally. He's been pretty good about like replying to my messages. So like we'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, I know that.
I hope we get to the bottom. I hope we get to the bottom of this. I'll report back on the next
I'm going
episode.
crazy.
Oh shoot, I just looked down and realized another thing I forgot to show that my friend sent me this ornament.
She looks like a snail.
Dude, she does, but isn't it cute? She's on a sled.
She's so cute. Is she an ornament?
Yeah, she's an ornament.
When's she from?
It's old, 1980.
I was gonna
Well, I
guess.
guess it's not as old as I thought it was.
Can I show and tell my thing my friend got me?
Yes, please.
Actually, my thing's because she got me 3 Muppet things.
Sorry, this is a brief show and tell intermission.
That's okay. It's a Christmas special. It's the
a
time to
Christmas
be self-indulgent
special.
also, because that's all my Emmett Otter special is. I'm sorry. I'll have to hear
Corner choir going home and getting warm by the fire.
How did I get here?
How did I get here?
This is from Reb's Rainbow House on
Okay.
Instagram. It's like a little wall. Yeah, it's a wall. It's so cute. I'm obsessed with it. It's so shiny too. I don't know if you could tell. It's like blinding.
Big suit Kermit.
She also got me a Janice.
I love
I was like, that's you.
Janice is the mood all the time. Yeah, I know. That's so funny.
Also, she got me this, which I haven't seen before. But it's a bunch of like comics.
That's
It's
awesome.
all Fraggle Rock. And it's all like different artists. There's Anime Sprocket in here, or that's what I keep calling him, and I have to find him.
Yeah, we must see it.
Anime Sprocket, where are you?
What color is Moki's hair? Is this like based on the old or the new?
This is all old.
Oh, good.
I don't fuck with the new like that. Sorry. Anime Sprocket. Anime Sprocket.
That is Anime Sprocket. Okay, Anime Doozers too.
Anime Sprocket, I love you. Also, yeah, Doozer Disco. Doozer Disco. And Anime Sprocket, I love you. Sorry, we'll get back to doing what we were doing. It's 11:11. Anyway, I heard a cat hiss.
Cat hiss.
I don't know what that was about.
Speaking of cats, that's a good interlude into what we were just talking about with the cats meowing and asking if that was Steve.
Shit.
The next one in 1987 was Muppet Family Christmas.
Muppet Family Christmas.
Muppet Family Christmas.
Family Christmas, which has the Muppets and Sesame Street and Fraggle.
Fraggles in it.
Doc and Sprocket, which are still Fraggle Rock.
I call it Muppet Family Christmas, but like the new editions say Muppet Family Christmas. And I think the wiki says Muppet Family Christmas. But I'm just referring it to this.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing.
It is, but I'm like, why are some of them printed with Muppet Family Christmas?
Right, I'm like, I guess I don't think it matters, but it make it a little you say it however it flows naturally in how you were gonna say it.
Right, because if you're talking about a Muppet Family Christmas, you could also be saying Muppet Family Christmas and it's just describing like the Muppet Family Christmas.
Naturally with what you're saying is how
Whatever goes good with you. Anyway, it has the hardest. It has one of the hardest opening scenes of all Muppet projects. Everybody in the back of the truck.
Camilla's hat looks like a nipple.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I noticed
you
it.
pointed
today
this out to me, and now I'll never. You pointed it out to me. I'll never be able to not see it.
My brain went right to it today, and now I can't not look at it.
Yeah, I love the collaboration of all the properties in this one. And I love how they interweave the stories too, with Doc and Sprocket being like early on, and the Fraggles being later.
Yeah.
Sesame Street showing up, and then the end where everyone's together and the Fraggles show back up, and then Jim
And
shows
Matt's
up.
there for a second. He just kind of shows up though. He's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
He waltzes right in probably. Like everybody else. Absolutely. Flat.
Oh,
Uncle Matt dead on the ground.
Yes. So this is one of my favorite Muppet like projects. This is
Me too, but I'm also biased because the Fraggles are in it, and so are Doc and Sprocket, and so is Jim Henson himself and everyone.
True. For you, that probably is a bias. I did love it before I knew Fraggle Rock, so I'm like, okay, well, but it's amazing.
Doc is so funny. Like just the way he interacts with all of them, I'm obsessed with him.
Dude, I love how he just
And with Bert and Ernie, Doc's just like utterly confused by Bert and Ernie, and they're like,
Oh, did you know that Doc starts with the letter D?
Why, yes.
Yes starts with the letter Y.
Yeah.
True.
And true starts with the letter D.
Hey, what is this?
and he's like, "What is this?"
like that small talk.
And then he
Yeah.
goes, "I'm gonna go build bunk beds," and they go, "B words."
Bunk beds.
C words.
Ah!
Yeah, I love the way. Also, I love the introduction of the Muppets turkey. Steve Whitmire as the turkey is insane. I love it. That jive turkey. Which, fun fact, in the scene where they're in the kitchen and he's like, "Want a big juicy bird? Well, look at that!" And he opens the door and it's Big Bird. You can see Jim's head underneath Chef very briefly.
Oh shit! I gotta look for that. I'm obsessed
like
with how he
1
goes.
second.
He goes, "I'm a seagull."
I'm a seagull. I'm a birdie. I'm a seagull.
I'm a birdie, I'm a seagull, all right?
Dude, that turkey is amazing. If I was in Camilla, I would have folded probably.
Camilla did fold, and I would too.
Dude,
The dog kind of is the turkey, also.
Hose Nose
The
came.
dog kind of is the turkey. He's not wrong.
Yeah. The turkey is a turkey. You turkey.
The turkey.
The dog is not the turkey. The turkey's the turkey. You turkey.
But no, the dog is a turkey. Sorry, we're getting super giddy and giggly. But if you haven't
That's
seen
gonna be
this
this
one,
whole episode.
if you haven't seen this one, you have to go watch it immediately because like we haven't talked plot at all. But like you don't need to know the plot. Just go watch it because like, yeah.
A lot of people wanted me to talk about this one this year, but I didn't because in the timeline, we're a little bit further along. Like I'm not there yet in like the seasons that I've talked about. And also like I don't know if canonically Doc even has said like the word Fraggle yet, and he knows Sprocket has mentioned Fraggles before.
Yes, no, I read that this took place after the last episode of Fraggle Rock, but technically can't like if it's canon, it's 2 episodes before the last one ever. Apparently it's supposed to be 2 episodes before the last 2
That's
episodes.
the only thing that would make sense to me too. So that's why I haven't talked about it yet. Like
Yeah. It's a later
I looked down at my notes and I saw, "Hark, methinks me hears carolers."
Yeah, he interrupted the hose nose and turkey battle with that
yeah.
line. Came in with that line.
Let me add him and rip off his waddle. Also, the way the turkey's like, "Hey, little mama," the whole time.
Yeah, dude, he was up to no good, but good. He was a menace, but he was good by the end. So, Muppet Family Christmas. I would love for there to be an album made of the songs in this one because the songs go unbelievably hard, like 100%. But there can't be, and that's the reason why every release of the movie has been cut in some way or another because of music rights.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, that's the only thing that would make sense to me.
Yeah, none of the video releases have the full version whatsoever. And I don't even know if the full version is out there, maybe on YouTube with the ads. I think that's the only full version. But Fozzie and the Newman's act and comedy and song is completely cut from the video, from like every video. Statler and Waldorf have a song and like the end melody. That's not in like any of them. There's
and it's I feel like it's kind of caught weird, like the ones that I've
there's
seen.
an Elmo and Fozzie scene where they're like putting up the tree that got cut.
There's no Elmo in this except for him as like a reindeer, like from what I can see anyway, from what I've seen on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a scene apparently with Ma Bear and Fozzie where they were like hanging stockings that got cut. Like they chopped this to bits, which is really
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sad.
It
Like,
kind of flows weird on YouTube, and that would make a lot of sense. I was like, this feels like it's not actually the full version, but like I didn't want to like
yeah, you have to search for it because I don't even know if I've seen the full version. Like, I know the Statler and Waldorf song. I know that there's one video on YouTube that says like with ads, and they're like literally ads like taken from their TV. So I think maybe that one's the most accurate, but none of the video, DVD, anything releases are the full version, and that's what's kind of sad. But
that is sad. I wish I could see the full version.
yeah, right? It should always be like that. Maybe someday there'll be a release. Maybe they'll get the rights to the music. Speaking of Jim Henson being in it more than just his head,
Oh yeah,
later
he's at the end
I
with Rocket.
yes, at the end with Sprocket, he's adorable, and I love that like Steve's obviously right below him, like you're just thinking like Steve and Jim dynamic, amazing. Um, but I later was watching this interview where they were actually interviewing like Kermit, but he was saying he was talking to like Jim, and basically Jim was saying like putting himself in there as a cameo is kind of like his signature, like his ode to like
That's kind of what it feels
yeah,
like.
I love that. I love that. And I love how he just puts on the apron and he gets right to the dishes. He's like, someone's got to do these dishes, Sprocket. Also, Sprocket goes from being in the back of the living room to in the kitchen with Jim in like 1 second. Like, but whatever. We're not
Don't
talking.
question his ways. He's quick. And Rolf chasing the truck the whole way.
Oh yeah.
I'm obsessed with the way that he runs up like as anything though. Like as Candace, he does the same like run too. And like he does it as a couple other things too. But like it's like I love him so much. I'm like,
oh, I love that. I also love when Mom Bear at the end when she's making her announcement and she's like, two of you are gonna have to sleep on a hanger, hook on a hook on the wall. And then Gonzo and Animal are like, what a wonderful like what a wonderful idea. And Animal's like, love hanger, love hanger.
What a fabulous idea! Love hanger! Love hanger! Ha
that's the only way he can sleep.
Yeah, that's the only way Animal ever sleeps. Yeah. That's good. That is good. Yeah, some of these movies were like giving the plot line, and some of these were just like, this is why I love this movie.
It's okay. We're just
like
we're vibing here, you know.
This one is like, I love this movie. This is my favorite Christmas movie, even more than the Muppet Christmas Carol. Like, this is the one. And it's just because it's so Muppets to the core, is it not?
No, it is. It's really cute. And the Fraggles have like their own little like thing in it too, which I feel like
The Pebble with Robin. Oh yes, yes.
And the Pebble is so cute. And the little kiss that like I think it's like Boober to Moki's like and they're so cute. I love them. They love kissing each other.
Oh, it is adorable. They do. Okay, which one is next?
Oh, also I just wanted to say that all day I've been doing the it's a combo of the fuck this and the Fraggle Rock episode, I think. Or like Bean Bunny or something. Something's happening in my brain and it won't stop.
It's Wembley Bean Core, which introduces us to the Muppet Christmas Carol, 1992.
Oh, I have so much random crap to say about this.
Me too. This is definitely the most known Muppet movie, I would say, through non-fans and fans alike, more than any other. I mean, people say like some people have said they only know this Muppet movie. So
yeah, I feel like a lot of the times like when you hear about like anybody talk about Muppet things, it's just like Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah, or like my family.
I promise there's more. This is a good one, but
yeah, no, I mean it's the only theatrical release, so like I get it for holiday movies. For holiday movies.
Yeah, for holiday movies.
Yeah, so this film didn't use any Sesame Street characters, but there were a lot of Fraggles in the background. Most
not necessarily Fraggles, but Fraggle Rock, cave creatures and the likes, you could say. And okay, so the ones that I've noticed, there could be more, but the ones that I've noticed. So Sprocket's in the background quite often, so we love him. But the other ones that I can name off the top of my head. There's Murray the Minstrel is in the background. There's specifically one scene where there's Aretha, who's just like a cave creature that like sings with Gobo and like I can't remember exactly what song right now. There's one, it's like I want to say it's the Mud Bunny. I don't know, I haven't gotten to that episode yet, but I feel like that's who it is. But I've seen it, but like it's so deep in the back of my brain, and I don't want to look it up because I don't want to like get there yet and confuse myself. So
Right.
I think if it's not that, sorry. And Bagoonie, which is in one of the episodes in season 3 that I mean I'll eventually talk about. But I like that episode. I think it's interesting, and I'm very excited to talk about that one. But
Yeah.
that's another like creature that's in the background, and Wander McMooch. But Wander McMooch, the farting guy, every time he moves around, he just goes. But he's in the one scene where they're all just like shit talking Scrooge.
So I was gonna say this is the most accurate adaptation of the Charles Dickens novel,
And I love that.
A Christmas Carol. Jerry Jewell did an amazing job writing Gonzo as Dickens because he was able to interject actual dialogue like from the novel in this. But I recently found out that because I've never read The Christmas Carol. I don't know if you have, but I've never read the actual
I
book.
don't remember. I might have because I had this, I don't know, sometimes I get real into like the spookier classic literature.
Okay, yeah,
I
respect.
don't know. I'm really into this story. I won't lie.
Yeah, no, I like it. But anyway, I found out that the scene after Tiny Tim passes away, um, Bob Cratchit, like in the novel, comes home and is like inconsolable and goes upstairs and stuff like that. But in the movie, Kermit, that's when he says the line about life is made up of meetings and partings.
Life is made up of meetings and partings. That is the way of it.
You know, the really heartfelt line. And it was written, Jerry Jewell did that like not to only be Muppet-esque and like Kermit-esque, but like an ode to Jim's heart and like who he wanted Kermit to be. And like he saw that his Bob Cratchit wouldn't be the type to go upstairs and be inconsolable. He would be a pillar for the family and like have some wisdom to say and stuff like that. But anyway, Lucas told me that fact, Lucas Irvin. So he told me that fact, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know that because he had read the Dickens novel and he was like, dude, I want to point out that like that scene is different. And I didn't know. I
Why
just
could I
assumed that was the
sense
novel.
that? Like, I don't know if I've read it, but like that just like felt like different.
Mhm.
That specific line like felt different. I
Mhm.
sound fucking insane when I say all this shit, but I swear, like I can like feel, I'm like something's different about that, but something's like it means something, you know?
Yeah. No, it was. I've always known it was such a heavy scene, but I didn't know that it was literally written for Kermit. Like,
I can feel it.
yeah, no, it's definitely very special, and it adds a whole new like layer to it. Knowing that there's also,
I don't know if I like knowing that. I'm like, oh.
I know there's also the ode with the shining star, like with the in the Muppet movie. You know where after when they're out in the field, Gonzo, there's a shining star. And then in this movie, you know how Kermit's there in the Shining Star. Well, they said like find Jim in the Shining Star or like something I read. Somebody was saying this, and then now they've put the Shining Star in Muppets from Space. They've put the Shining Star in like multiple other ones.
Wait, what part of the Muppet movie is like is that the part that fucking gets me?
Yeah, where they're out there. Yeah, there's a Shining Star in the shine, and they put it in this movie because, as you know, this was the first movie that they made after Jim passed away, and
Don't
Richard
tell me
too.
that I'm unwell.
And Richard too. I mean, you know, there's the dedication in the beginning. But yeah, learning the star thing was like now that you say it, like I notice it.
I That's another thing that I picked out,
Cuz
but
it's
I
such a
never knew what it
special,
was.
you know, the scene like in the Muppet Christmas Carol where he's standing
Yes,
there.
I do. Because it's another thing that I picked out and I felt something was different and I didn't know why it felt different or what it meant. And I'm gonna freak out. Like, not really, but like,
It's just
I'm
heavy.
gonna
It's just
fucking
like
cry, dude. Like,
everything together. That's the thing is like we're not just people who aren't on the inside of this. They think, oh, you're a fan of the Muppets. You like Kermit. You like Miss Piggy. Like people don't get it. People don't get it. Muppet fans get it. They
I think I hate to be such like I'm an empath with this shit, but I'm like eh, eh. Nothing else I can like
the layers to it are just
I'm-
emotional and it's deep and
I'm
it's
like connected to this. Why can I spidey sense it? Like,
Mhm.
I'm like, I know you get me, and that's why I feel like comfortable saying this. Like, and
Yes, no, I don't think it's crazy at
I
all.
don't sound crazy to you. I'm gonna sound crazy to everybody else if I don't cut this out. And I honestly like don't care because I know you're not gonna judge me.
No, never.
But oh, you know, fuck, I'm gonna cry. Like,
No, I know. It's really touching. And it's really just like the weight of like everything, the circumstance and the way that things have transpired and where they are now. It's like really sad.
I feel something within my rib cage in the moment right now. I'm knowing this, finding this out. This is me in the moment raw. Like this me finding this information out.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Because like I knew you had things to say, and I didn't like have time to like do notes like you either. And I was like, I don't fucking
Well,
there's no
one
shit.
of my facts were from Lucas, and then this one I just saw the other day. Someone made a video about it, and I was like, dude, that adds up. I didn't even put them together, the shooting star. I just thought it
So
was
well. We gotta be we gotta talk about something else.
no, seriously. Okay, I can go somewhere else with this.
You're-
Something funny, learning facts through the internet. Someone posted about the scene where they're on the barrel. You know, 'tis the season to be jolly and joyous. Ba la la. Yeah. So they're on the barrel. If you don't know how they did that scene, there's a barrel and then multiple puppeteers. Well, this picture is saying like, did you know this took 10 puppeteers or something like that? It's like one of those pictures, like it just says the caption on the photo. Well, I saw it and Steve commented on it and he said it actually was 4, but who's counting? And I knew it was 4 because that backstage picture, we'll flash it here. I'll literally send it to you. The backstage picture, it's like Michael Quinn. I think Karen Prell is one of the other girls that's on it. But and then Steve and somebody else. And those 4 are doing Robin and or they're doing Kermit and I don't know, but they're all setting it up there and he's going on the barrel to be
but it makes sense to have that many puppeteers on that also.
No, when I read that I was like 10.
That doesn't make any sense.
I was like, what is or 5 of them on each side rolling the barrel?
Like where would they be?
Like
what?
Where did
That
10
makes
come
no
from?
fucking sense.
Somebody's strapped down from the ceiling, caper mode.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. What do you mean?
But yeah, Brian Henson was the director on this one. I did want to say that, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, but so that was cool because everyone was in super support of him. Frank Oz and everybody was in support of him and really helped him out.
Scrolling and picking out random things that I wrote down.
Yes.
British Wembley at the end is insane. Like the voice is like it's one of the background characters, but it's dead ass British Wembley.
What does he
so
say?
fucking funny. I don't know, but it's after Scrooge is dead, and it's when they're all like pawning off his shit or whatever, and it's that little group. There's dead. I'll put the.
No. I got his bed curtains. Very fine damask.
Literally British
Okay.
Wembley. It's so fucking funny. And there's I typed like all right or something to you earlier. And
yes, you did. And then you said in quotes British Wembley. I was like, did she just make that up? What is she talking about?
I was like, I'll bring it up later. I was like, I'm gonna explain this.
Yes.
Because it's British Wembley, and every single time it sneaks out to me, I'm like, Oh, also Bean Bunny, I love you. But also every time I'm like, oh my God, I love you. You're so cute. And then I'm like, you're a grown man. That's a grown man. I was like, how are you that cute?
How are you that cute as a bunny? Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we almost lost this. I'm really hoping that we didn't lose this whole episode.
I really hope we didn't lose this whole episode because I think it was good up until now.
So
we
this
almost
comes out,
lost
it's going to be a Christmas miracle episode, and this is going to come out, and it's going to be so good, and we're going to have a good time, and it's going to be great. And where did we leave off?
We left off talking about the Muppet Christmas Carol, which I want to point out the Funko Pops behind me, the VHS tape. They're so cute. As long as the other video saved, I only had like a couple more things to say about the Muppet Christmas
I
Carol.
really hope that other video saved.
Yeah, I hope so too. But while we were waiting to restart recording, I was playing some of the songs from this movie and just remembering how good they are. And there's only one for Sleep Till Christmas is so good.
My spirit.
Yeah. Bless Us All is beautiful. Jerry singing voice is amazing. All the guys singing voices are amazing, honestly. I love them so much. I love this album, but it doesn't make sense that When Love Is Gone was taken out of the movie. I don't know if you've seen it with the whole version with that
I
song.
have. I've seen it with the whole version, and I agree. It doesn't make sense that they did cut it.
Because I think at the end with them doing When Love Is Found, like
It comes
yeah, it's kind of
Rizzo.
like a
And then also they hard cut to Rizzo just sobbing.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I know. Which I'm
also I had
thinking of
another
the
thing to say
blooper.
about Rizzo, but also I at the same time I do think that song is boring. My
I know.
ADHD
No, the
that
song is boring, but Michael Caine's delivery, like in that scene, is beautiful. I mean, the
No,
whole
yeah, I'm
he
like it is
plays
a
it.
very important scene and I like it
Yes.
yeah, but also my ADHD brain is like
What's next? Yeah.
Rose, Mr. Where's
Yeah.
what's that shit? Bring back the ghosts.
Yeah, yeah, no, true.
Where's the rat?
I was thinking of the blooper from the blooper reel, which I shared like just recently, of like some of the bloopers where Rizzo in that scene is like uncontrollably sobbing and Gonzo's like, okay, that's enough. Rizzo, that's enough. And the one where he gets hit with the grappling hook.
Rizzo says he's there for the food, and he's
And it,
not fucking lying because every single time you see him, he has a snack or he's talking about food.
yeah,
And
he's
I
not
noticed it the
joking.
last time I watched it. I was like, he has something again. I was like, he's literally munching on something every single time you see him. He really is there for the food.
He's Rizzo the Rat as himself. He's not playing anyone for a
I
reason.
love him.
He's the only one that's himself.
I was
Uh,
like, he did not lie.
did you know that there was also a song with Bunsen and Beaker and Sam Eagle? They weren't filmed for the movie, but they were recorded because they're on the soundtrack.
I think maybe I did. That just sounds like it makes sense to me, though.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
But
it.
they didn't even think to film a Bunsen and Beaker song. Like I would
No.
have taken it. I would have taken it. I've heard it because I've listened to the soundtrack all the way through, but it's just like, why didn't they even bother to film it? Maybe it would have worked.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a lost song in Emmett Otter too that I'm obsessed with, and I recorded a little cover of it, and I might cut it from my own video.
No, don't. I want to hear it. Don't
It
cut it.
kind of fucking slays, but also at the same time, I'm very self-conscious and I'm scared to sing, so I'm honestly afraid of putting out this video. But also, I wanted to learn the harmonies, and the theater kid in me needed to be appeased.
Yes, no, I've heard your voice is beautiful, so I'm excited to hear it, honestly. Oh, a fun fact that I wrote down when I was writing like what I wanted to say. Near the end of the film, Scrooge and company passed by a store called Micklewhite's, and I found out Michael Caine's real name is Maurice Micklewhite.
Oh shit! I was like, what's this mean?
Yeah, you're
I
like
didn't know
Micklewhite.
that.
What is that? Yeah, so when I
Or
came
like that
across
sounds
that,
like a Christmas Carol shop if we ever heard one.
yeah, yeah, right. When I came across that like fun fact or whatever, I was like, oh, that's cute. I'm gonna write that down.
I love
Also,
that.
in the making of, which I don't know if you've watched the one that I posted where it's like Steve Whitmire and Dave Goles playing Gonzo.
Oh, I think I have, and they're
Yeah, it
just
starts with that one.
in my
Well,
brain.
there's one of them where Sir Michael Caine is like, "Where's Tiny Tim? Where's Sir Tiny Tim?" Like and it's not even they're not even rolling, and he's like, he really was playing it like these
I
were
love how
real.
they all like interact like that.
Yes, no, and like same with like the bloopers and stuff, the way that they just kept going.
Mhm.
And when Steve shared that to a story, I replied to it once and I was like, I love how you guys just kept going. And he said, always. And it's just like, I wish we
No,
had
because if
more
you watch like anything,
bloopers.
too, they're just like that.
Yeah, I wish we had more bloopers. I wish there was whole blooper reels on every single movie. I would pay for that. Like the Muppets
I
have to
love
have some
watching
stuff in their
that.
vault. They have to have the good stuff in their vault. Come on.
For real. I'm like, I don't know. Every blooper reel that I've seen though, I'm like, I love them. They're just having
Yes.
a good time.
Especially when you can see them. Like the blooper rules with the Muppets themselves are hilarious, but when you can see the puppeteers too, it's funny. Just adds layer to it. Do you have anything else to add to
I
that?
just keep looking down at the little Gonzo Rizzo. The little
Yes. Oh my
kiss.
god, the kiss. That's so cute. Which I heard that was improvised
Oh,
too.
I'm not surprised. They just do that and like
They just
everything. And I
kissing.
love that.
I know, they're adorable, honestly.
And that fully makes sense. They're just like staring at each other and he's just like,
Yeah, it was. I know, I love the whole jelly bean scene.
yes. Also,
And
I
in
love the one where he's just like he like jumps down from the fence and then he's like, "Oh, hold on, I forgot my jelly beans."
yeah.
Like Gonz
You
is like,
can
you can
fit the
those
whole
bars. You're an
Yeah.
idiot. He's like, what? What? Hey, what?
do. Yeah, what? No, that's so funny. I like how you can see the band for like a split second, but other than that, Dr. Teeth and Janice both didn't talk at all.
And
But
Ralph too. Like,
yeah, no, Ralph didn't talk either, which we talked more about
Yeah.
their first speaking roles, which I think Ralph's in Muppets from Space was just like a grunt, like a noise.
yeah, I don't even know what he does.
He's like
It's
on the
literally, like, a
left.
sound.
Yeah, I don't even know. He just makes a sound. He's not even a line.
Oh, there's a line that I always laugh at in this, and it's fucking Fozziwig when he goes, "Look, my lads, dusk has fallen."
Look, my lads, dusk has fallen.
It's just the delivery of it, and I fucking love it.
The Fozzie wig and Fozzie from Muppet Treasure Island, like, why is the merch so similar?
Oh my God, they look the same in
It
all.
literally is so like they pretty much copied and paste.
They were like, yeah, good enough.
They're like wig.
Oh, I also wrote down the street corner choir being Bobby Benson's band of babies is so funny.
Oh yeah.
That's in the singing of a street corner choir. This is Bobby Benson's band of babies.
Yes. Also, I love the Muppet vegetables features.
Yes.
No, this is just an all-around cinematic masterpiece when it comes to the Muppets. Like
People keep posting the it is wow.
yeah. Honestly, I'm not even ready for Christmas to be over because I just love consuming. I know you are. What?
I know. I feel like I never get enough of it, but also I wrote down another thing. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, say it, say it.
The last thing that I wrote down. The I should not be able to tell apart the two the Cratchit daughters by who is playing them. I should not be able to tell, and I can.
You're more tuned in than me on that one.
The one that talks most is Steve, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
The other one is Dave.
okay.
I can tell.
Now I just have to pay attention because
I
just
can
know
tell
it.
by the way Steve does a very specific like like a little like shake thing.
Yeah.
And it's they all do it, but Steve's is so specific and I can't put a word to it and I can pick it out every time. And I'm like, I know that motherfucker. Complimentary, I love you. Like
Yeah, no, literally. Picture that Steve had commented on and was like, no, actually it's 4 puppeteers, not 10. The person like actually clearly didn't know that it like who Steve was, and he like rebutted back and was like, well, people are telling me all different numbers, so how am I supposed to know? And Steve said something like, I was there, but it's no big deal. Like Steve was really nice.
or like
And
it's
then
cool,
later,
but
later I saw the comment thread he like added
what
to
would
it.
I know.
He added to it and he was like, oh my god, I just realized Rizzo the Rat like message like responded on here. I'm like, now you want to pay him respect.
Ungrateful. And me over here like Tinkerbell.
If you commented on his stuff, he would like it and comment back. Like he's a nice guy. He's interactive.
What the fuck am I gonna say? Like,
oh my god, I don't know. What do I ever say?
I don't
so
know. You like
appreciative
talk
of
to
you.
people. I like don't. And I'm also just like at the same time, I'm like, I love you bad, but also you're just some guy. Like,
This is some guy
he's
that
just some
literally
guy. He's
that
just some 65-year-old guy that I love so bad.
Anyway, that brings us to 2002's Very Merry Muppet Christmas. A Very Merry Muppet Christmas movie.
That movie's a fucking trip.
Made
I
me
watched it for
watch.
the first time last night.
I just made her watch. I'm like, you're gonna love it. For one,
You know how
Matthew
she sold
Lillard.
me is because she was like Matthew Lillard's in it. And I was
I
like,
know
oh my
you love
God.
Matthew Lillard.
I was like, two of my husbands.
No, literally. I was like, you're gonna love this movie. And I was like, it's typical. So Very Merry Muppet Christmas came out in 2002, and it's very typical, like goofy, silly Muppet era. This movie's a little
No, I didn't write anything down for this one. Okay, so my phone can go away.
this movie's a little horny. The number one thing that like a rewatch that I thought is I was like, oh, I remember Brian Henson is Janice in this and Scooter because they both sound so.
I was gonna say
David
who the
Rudman
fuck
took
is
over.
that? Because
Yeah,
this didn't sound right.
It was
Like,
Brian Henson. This is before David Rudman took the roles, but yeah, they sounded a little
that's
off.
so funny you say that, and I knew you were gonna tell me that somehow because I was like, some of these characters sound a little off, and I feel like you're gonna tell me who they were. And yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, the Brian Henson one for sure. I don't know. I didn't write down anyone else being weirdly anyone else, but I'm sure there is.
Generally, this movie is insane, and I didn't know what to expect with this at all. The only thing that I knew about it was Kermit being like, "I wish I was never born. I wish I'd never been born."
Yeah.
He's like, "Come closer. Oh, I was never born."
Psst, psst, come close. I wish I'd never been born!
Yeah. This movie's so funny. This movie's just so like you said, out there. Like there's a whole club scene. Robin's a waiter, Beaker's buff, and he's the bouncer, and Scooter's in a cage.
Yeah. Yeah, they literally have Scooter up dancing in a cage with like glow sticks on him, and then Sam the Eagle.
Oh, Sam the Eagle with glow sticks. Speaking of, yeah, no, that whole scene is absolutely deranged. The movie is crazy.
Deranged is the best way.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was the best word you could have pulled out for that. Like, absolutely.
It's true. Oh, I was gonna say this was like somewhat the premise of 2011 before 2011 was 2011. At least the first half.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, they don't turn it into a nightclub and have Scooter dancing in a cage.
They
and
absolutely don't. They
have
absolutely don't. But the first half
all
with like
that.
saving the theater, you can tell there was some kind of inspiration there
Mm-hmm.
that was used. So that was cool. But yeah, no, they
Yeah, I can
definitely
see
take
that.
it.
Now that you said that before I watched it, and I was like, yeah, you
It's like two movies in one. It's
it's
like the first part and then the second part.
dude, the whole
Isn't it? Like, because they raise all the money for the theater and then something happens, which
yeah.
makes me feel so bad for my favorite Muppet. But
I know, poor baby. Oh, Weed Fozzie.
Weed Fozzie, questionable
Doug
Fozzie.
Fozzie.
They had to have known that they made him look like
Yeah.
nug of marijuana. Like they had to have known that the
Yeah,
texturing that they were doing, the coloring that they were doing. What were they doing? What were they doing? That's not the Grinch. That's not
The
the
way they
Grinch.
styled his hair, even I don't know why that made it worse.
I mean, I know the Grinch has the little hair, but
like,
just the
why
way
did
they
it make
did
it worse? Like, it didn't help his case, you
And they
know?
changed his eyes from being white to yellow, which yeah, the Grinch has yellow eyes, but that just seemed also like to add to what was going on there.
No, yeah, they didn't help his case with any of
That
the
was
choices that they
definitely
made.
weird. Also, though, with the theater bit in the beginning, Moulin Scrooge.
Oh, I was
That
showing
was
one of the crazy
beautiful.
parts of this movie today, and I was like, "Oh, Mulan Scrooge is crazy." I was like, "I don't know who thought of that."
No, Moulin Scrooge was crazy. And Matthew Lillard's character was crazy.
Oh my God, yeah, Matthew Lillard's character. Matthew Lillard,
He was silly wacky.
he was giving Scooby-Doo villain to me in this, and in the best way, complimentary, always complimentary. I love him bad. But like he was having the time of his life. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but he was having the time of his life.
Yeah, no, he's definitely having funny, goofy, silly times.
He just tends to always be having a funny, goofy, silly time, and I just love him for that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that crush for sure.
I love him.
The early
Not as Steve though, that overrode this a lot in this movie. I was
and plus Matthew Lillard just not enough of it either.
No, he's literally there for like 5 minutes, like not even. And then he's
Yeah.
like, and then Kermit's like, I hate this. And he's like, you would, you're a stupid frog. And he like spits on him or something.
I honestly hate the antagonist of this too, like the girl. She's such a
Oh, she's a bitch, but I love like her. I don't know.
I know she's about her business, but I'm just like
Kind of giving, but like her as
the
I
way
don't know. Anytime I see her in anything, I'm just like, you're kind of giving. And she's like, she's also reminds me of like she's also that one lady in the Addams Family movie, and I love her in that, and she's giving that in this.
an early working title to this movie was It's a Wonderful Frog because it's loosely based around It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Oh, Rizzo nearly being eaten alive.
Oh my God, yeah.
And Fear Factor.
Holy shit. Why they do that to my boy?
For the Joe Rogan cameo in this movie.
Oh yeah, where was that like
Yeah, it was.
I was looking for him because I saw him in the credits and I was like,
yeah, it was the host of Fear Factor, which I never put two and two together for a long time. But
no, me neither. That's why I was like, oh, wait.
Rizzo almost being eaten alive is actually traumatic. Like what?
Yeah.
Like at the end of that scene, they're like, "Okay, eat him alive." He's like, "No,
Yeah.
no, don't eat me, no."
Oh, the song, like the one song. Isn't there like just one song?
Yeah. The one song is good. I had to think. I went for some reason.
The
My
Kermit
mind,
voice is slipping. I'm unwell. I'm not well.
anytime the singing sounds like Steven, not Kermit,
It's just like certain parts, and I'll be like, I'm like, that's not a frog.
It's not a frog. The thing is, though, his influence, not even just like how crazy like of big fans we are, but like his influence is everywhere. You cannot anything post Jim is Steve.
Even
like
honestly, like he still even had characters and shit before that like
exactly. But I'm saying like
fucking free.
Mm-hmm.
Like
exactly.
He's been in my brain like for way too long.
He's been with the Muppets since he was 18 and a half. Like he gave his absolute life. The man's 65 now. He's only not been with the Muppets since 2017. So we're talking less than 10 years. Like this man gave his life to this, and he absolutely popped off in this movie and all of the movies, honestly.
All the time, anything.
Yeah, anything ever. But Kermit finds out what life would be like if he was never born after wishing for it dramatically.
Oh my God, he just really
very dramatically
down on that multiple times.
So there's this couple notable things. The first being Doc Hopper's is a successful chain now.
Yeah.
Miss Piggy's a cat lady. Oh, as a Maloney, I love the Electric Mayhem being an Irish.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I love that.
Love that.
The river dancers or whatever.
I'm trying to think of other things, but I can't think of other things. I only saw it like the one time.
Oh, Honeydew with the little chin patch.
Oh my God, Buff Beaker. I'm scared of him. I was like, oh no, Buff Beaker. And like I was watching it and my boyfriend was like sitting next to me, like on his computer, like not facing me. And he was like, Buff Beaker's not really can't hurt you.
Buff Beaker's not really can't hurt you. That needs to be a meme. Please make that.
You're the one who makes the memes.
Dude, about to make that. Someone needs
Please,
to.
Buff Beaker's not really can't hurt you.
Can't hurt you. Yeah. Dude, if you don't know what Buff Beaker looks like, here it is.
Beaker, you're all swollen. Could we talk about this?
Okay, if you saw the picture, Buff Beaker's not really can't hurt you. We're here to
really can't hurt you.
He cannot hurt you. But yeah, no, that's pretty much all I had for Very Merry Muppet Christmas, except for the questionable ending, how he gets back. I'm not going to reveal it, but it's questionable. And then after 2002 and 2008, there was another film, Muppets Letters to Santa.
Oh yeah, I skipped. I don't actually know if I've seen this one. I think maybe I have at some point, but like I don't remember it at all. I don't think I ever processed what I was watching.
Yeah, it's a quick little one. It's like 45 minutes, but
I thought about watching it today, but my attention span gave out on me, so.
No, you're fine. Watch it when you're in enjoying Christmas mode, because it's just it's a silly, heartfelt one. Like you can feel their heart in this one. There's 4 original songs. Paul Williams wrote them, and Paul Williams is also like the chief elf, so it's funny that he's does a cameo too in here with the song.
He looks like he'd be a chief elf.
Yes, but you know Paul Williams. I mean, you know how he's wrote like most of them up. I mean, Rainbow Connection, like so these songs are beautiful.
That in my Emmett Otter video, I just kind of like mentioned Paul Williams, like everyone knew who he was, and I was but it was that was the first production that he was on as Emmett Otter. So.
Oh wow, true, that's awesome. Yeah, but. No, I mean musical genius. So the 4 songs that are in there, like the original songs are actually really good and they kind of slap. Like What's in Your Heart, and Gonzo sings a song about I wish I could be Santa Claus.
I wish I could be Santa Claus for just one day.
I
love Gonzo.
It's pretty good actually. But the premise is like they're all at the postal service, which by the way, there's like this scene which I posted in my story earlier. But they're like, let's give it up, like applause for the postal service. And my stepdad was a postman like all his life, like since he was 19. And he retired from the post office. So I'm just like I know that they put in work. That man was up at like 5 a.m. every day, walking his route. Like they put in work, a postalman. So I like that little ode to them. But anyway, they intercept on these like 4 or 3 kids' letters. And they were like going to Santa. So then the Muppets cancel. They were going on like a tropical vacation or something for the holiday, and they canceled their vacation so that they can redeliver these letters to Santa. Oh, so they're going to like the North Pole to do that, and they have all these antics.
I'm like trying to remember if I've seen it.
No, they have all these antics on the way there. They go to the airport to fly to the North Pole. They miss the plane. Like all these things. It's so funny. This girl Joy and Santa's at the end. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's funny. Fozzie gets tackled in TSA because they're like, it's a federal offense. And Bobo's like the TSA guy, by the way.
This
like,
all makes sense to me for some
Yeah.
reason. A, Fozzie getting tackled at TSA. B, Bobo being TSA. Absolutely makes sense to me. I'm like, yup, checks out.
Bobo's like, it's a federal offense to joke in the airport, and like literally tackles him.
Realize that it's a federal offense to tell jokes in an airport security.
And I got 1,000,000 of them here. Yeah, how
He's
about
got
this?
cards! He's got cards!
I have to watch that just for that at least.
Yeah, you definitely do. And the end is just very heartfelt. And there's
I love that. So
yes, and there's a couple articles on it, like around the time that it came out, because obviously it came out before the 2011 movie, and they really just felt like they were back in the groove with this 2008 Letters to Santa
I
movie.
can't wait till we hit that again.
Yeah, I just
right now we're not there.
I just worry that it's never coming back. And I was talking about this a little bit the other day, but like having to mourn that once what was is exactly just that. It's what was.
I know. And I'm trying to into a mindset of not so much mourning what once was, but taking inspiration from that.
Yes.
Trying to push forward with that the best that we can and try to find that. And because thinking of an Emmett Otter thing right now, it is 12:32 a.m. and my brain is starting to fall apart. Thinking of an Emmett Otter lyric right now. The Brothers song. We even think the same, there could be others. There's other people like us. There's other people like us. We can find them. We can find them. We can fix it. We can all band together and fix it. We can do a Muppet thing, right? We can do it, right?
There's just a lot of powers that be right now that do not think that Muppets are worthy of a budget, is what I'm trying to say. And that's honestly the umbrella effect of everything.
But
they also are misunderstood.
I think that we collectively, if we find other people who like this stuff and get other people into this stuff, I think that we collectively hold a power that we maybe underestimate, because I think that they're just like, yeah, nobody gives a fuck about that shit, because some people don't, and yeah, word, I guess, but it's because people don't fucking know anything. I don't know, we just think it's some stupid little kid thing.
People just need educated on the heart of it. And
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and there's not enough people that are trying to do that.
Well, I was saying a big thing that the Muppets are doing right now is they're missing a whole generation.
Yeah, and I think it's just because they don't know anything, or that
since the 70s. I mean, think our list started with the Great Santa Claus switch in 1970. Kids in the 70s grew up. Kids in the 80s.
The other thing is a lot of people right now don't realize the I don't know, the words are not coming to me right now. Versatility ? Of this whole franchise.
Yeah.
I mean,
if anything, this list verbatim proves that. From the Muppets don't have to be the core, for one. If the Muppets want to be something else, they can be something else. It's Jim Henson's Muppets. We just have to get back to the heart of what we're doing here. Jim's era is different than Steve's era is different than the next era.
Right. It will never be
the two before,
but we can maybe get something.
The two before had the same ideology.
Yeah.
And was going,
I feel something
to the same places. And you can see that from the earliest of Working's Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas to 2008's Muppets Letters to Santa. You can literally see that the parallels are heart. In the end, that's what the focus is. And I thought the Electric Mayhem series was amazing. So I think there are writers for the Muppets who know what's going on and know how to write for them, but there's nothing going on right now at all. They get backlash when they post. They get backlash when they post.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen again, because I don't want to think that.
No, I don't think. I mean, well, if anything, the community and us, we keep them alive. Even if who is in control of the Muppets, who possesses the physical puppets, who is the performers, the Peter, Bill,
right,
Matt, Dave, I mean, all of them, Eric, all of them who are amazing, remarkable puppeteers, they want to work, right? They want to do stuff, right? You would think so. So it's just I don't know. I hope we get back to a place where the Muppets are putting out things. I know it's beyond their control even It's
Right,
so
I
much
know.
cheaper.
It's a higher thing, but
Yeah, it sucks.
No.
They just need to hear that there's a demand for it because they're all about cash cowing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
And
why
I
they
don't
keep
think that they
making
know.
Marvel and Star Wars and all of that stuff is because they love the cash cow. They only cash in on Muppets with stuff like this at D23 exclusive
And
stuff
it
like that.
sells immediately. And
That's
they
the only
don't do
time they
anything
cash in
hard.
on Muppets. And now look at what's going on in the Disney parks, which I want to have a whole Muppet Vision episode, but
Oh
like
my God, yeah, I have a
absolutely.
lot that I could say about that. I
Yeah, we're
need
not
to
even
go
going
like
to
one more
discourse
time.
on that. But just like the people who are in possession of the Muppets right now, we need something, anything at all. I don't even know what the direction is. I'm not at liberty to even give the direction at this current state. There's a lot of things that have to change. And I just,
Yeah, but I mean,
that
nothing's
we have,
impossible.
no, exactly. Nothing's impossible. I have high hopes for the future. I want to support everything, but also I'm okay hyper fixating on everything that's been. Steve gave us so much. Jim
I
gave
mean,
us.
that's all we can do, really, is
Yeah, I mean that is all we can do, honestly. But it's just like if what comes out isn't my cup of tea, I'm okay still just loving
there's
everything.
plenty of stuff
There's
from,
plenty of stuff.
you
There's
know, then
plenty
to
of stuff.
appreciate, and we're very lucky to have all of that. Like,
Yes.
it's kind of hard to access sometimes, but
I
like,
mean, I know, but more and more is coming to the internet every day.
yes.
More people are
Well,
uploading. I mean, the fact that this season we got a 4K HD Muppet Family Christmas upload. We got the John Denver special in 4K. Like, more stuff is coming out all the time. I love it. I love Muppets at Christmas. I love finding old interviews of them on Morning America, even. It's just.
Yeah, and like I don't know, they have, and there's so many people who have like ideas like for Muppet things. You see like things going around all the time, like, oh, they should do this with the Muppets. They should do this with the Muppets. And it like goes crazy and everyone's like, yeah, they so should. And they're like,
No,
y'all
literally.
hear some?
No,
Let's
literally.
make another CGI Lion King. Like, what the fuck, bitch?
I don't even know what they're doing. I literally don't know what they're doing, but I love the Muppets so much, and I'm glad that they can be the soundtrack and the underlining to our holiday season from Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas and beyond. You know what I mean? I mean, it really started with the Great Santa Claus Switch, but all of Jim's influence.
Is there songs in that? Like,
True.
what's the deal with that?
I don't know. I've only like seen bits of it.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's the one that
Emmett Otter's real good though. Paul Williams' first thing.
Yeah.
And he killed it.
Yeah.
It's great.
No, absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so this has been our Christmas episode. Pretty much
Christmas episode.
Merry
Okay, I think it's like
Christmas!
Oh, happy holidays, everybody.
Merry Christmas. We're so happy that you are watching this, listening. Thank you if you made it this far. I don't know how long this is about to be, but we love
it's gonna be a long one, but if you've hung around, thank you very much. Merry Christmas, and we love you.
We love you so much. We want you to follow our Instagram pages, please.
Yeah.
And please subscribe to us here if you can. And the Dreamers Connection Pod has a page as well. And we are on Spotify now. If you're listening on Spotify right now, thank you so much. Have been surprised with the Spotify audience that we've gained, and we're just super thankful whether you're listening or watching or anything. Thank you for being here. Thank you. We love you. Have a wonderful Christmas, please. And
yeah, she said all the things that I would have said. So all of that, love you. Very grateful for you.
And
I don't know what else to say. I can't think of a good way to end this that would be cute.
To the singing of a street corner choir, warmed by the fire. Dude, I love your dance. It is.
They're weirdos, Fozzie.
Yeah?
But they're nice weirdos.
Yeah.